Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M41 HMC. It's a Tier 5 American SPG. It's located on the north spawn of El Halluf under the command of Darknamja. Okay, game started. And they're moving away to their firing positions. Now, the M41, it's a chaffy chassis, and you can see that because it's got that hexagonal cover to the gearbox, the transmission on the front of the vehicle, which is exactly the same as on the standard chaffy, but it's got a huge 155mm howitzer capable of 550 alpha located on the back of the chassis, and no turret. That was removed, and the engine was moved into the middle of the tank. Now it makes it quite heavy, and that's why it's so slow, but well, Darknamja's got to his firing position right at the back of the map, and he's now aiming at the enemy. Now the reload time for this Arty is slightly longer than you'll get for the M44. 21.09 seconds is the reload, and that's not very good compared to the Gorilla, which is actually slightly faster. I believe that he does have a Brothers in Arms crew, but I think he probably has a rammer as well. The thing is, it is a 155mm howitzer, not a 15cm howitzer like you find on the German tanks. But it doesn't appear to be any tank destroyers in those lookout spots on the other side of the valley. And oh, well, they found a Panzer IV right down to the south. And lots of people are firing on him. We're dialing in at the moment. I'm afraid this tank doesn't dial in very quickly, this Arty. He's ready to fire. He fires his round in. And, well, it looks like he's stunned it because he's picked up some stun assist. He got a little stun assist off that one. Okay, we're Skoda T24. He's gone to that north passage on the route to our tanks going up to the corner, and that's a near miss. A splash for 59 hit points. Well, it looks like the enemy managed to get around that corner, so they're dominating that north passage at the moment. Although we do have a Sherman 3 and a Churchill 1 holding them back, and a KV-1 as well. We've lost sight of the enemy tanks. Oh, there's the M4A1. There's an VK3001H. Just dialing in again. Oh, and he moves forward just as we shoot. So that shell has unfortunately been wasted, but we're reloading. Well, he's marked his target to let his team know where he's looking. Unfortunately, their Churchill 3 seems to have got through. And, well, their VK3001H has killed our Sherman as well. We fire around at him. And we wiped him out. Well done, Darknamja. That's his first kill. Now going after that M4A1, and he's marked the target again. Again, wise decision, because it always tells your teammates what you're looking at next. And for some reason, we can see that the aim point is drifting there. I don't quite understand why that was happening. But you could see that the reticule was moving slightly. Okay, well, he's adjusted his aim again. It may be a factor of him being up against the edge of the map. Now his reticule's perfectly okay there. Going for a Stug 3G. Just altering his aim slightly. Oh, now he's sitting behind that rock. He's holding fire because he hasn't got a clear target to shoot at the moment. There are some targets though he can shoot at, and they're in the north. There's the Wolverine. Unfortunately, it's a very difficult shot, but he's dialing in. He's going to take it, I think. Yes, fired a round in, and no, he didn't get a hit. Now, he took the view away just after he fired, so we don't know what happened to the shell. I suspect it did hit the rock face in front of the Wolverine. That's why the tree fell down. It always does pay to see where the shell goes before. Don't pull away from a view like this after you've seen what the shell does. Well, he has been told that the Wolverine's been killed this time, so that's his second kill. But if you pull away after you shoot, you don't know what mistake you made when you fired. It could be that you adjusted a little too much and it hit a rock face instead of the vehicle. And a slight adjustment might actually then work. He's still in reload, even though the mods are telling us he's actually loaded. He's not. Fires in now. And he's got the bathtub. So that's his third kill. He's doing rather well at the moment. There's that Stug 3G again. Scores are even at the moment, so we're managing to hold the enemy back in the north. And it looks to me like Darknamja's doing some damage to these enemy tanks down the south. Mind you, that Stug was right at the edge of the field of fire. You can see the limits of the field of fire. Slightly less than you'll find on the M44. And that's because the artillery mount on the M41 doesn't swivel. It's only got to move within the parameters of the mount that's actually there, but it's not a swivel mount. Well, he's dialing in on that Fifi and he's not moving, so it appears he doesn't have sixth sense. We fired around at him. And, oh, we got the kill! 4 kills. Very well done. And that's an important enemy to take down. The scores are still even, but we have taken down that Fifi, and that will make a difference because he has considerable firepower. But we've got nobody in the south now to shoot at because, unfortunately, we've got no spotters out there. Now, the only way we're actually going to be able to shoot towards the south is if our Death Toaster, which is up in position D7, actually spots them crossing the valley. So the best thing that Darknamja can do now is shoot where his guys are spotting, and that's in the north. There's a Matilda Black Prince and an M4A1 up in the north. There's an Su-85 and a bathtub who might be able to spot them for us. It appears our Death Toaster's looking out over the valley, but he can't see anything. And I get the feeling that the reason he can't see anything is because the 2 tank destroyers on the enemy team are doing the same. They're looking across the valley, they can't see anything, and they haven't moved. And the M4A1 has moved. And Darknamja quickly adjusts his aim, lining it up for a shot on that M4A1. He really needs to kill this one. Could be dangerous for them if he doesn't. Rounds out. Oh, big hit! Big hit. 229. I don't think that was a penetrating shot, but it certainly badly damaged that M4A1. And we lost our Death Toaster. He was shot from across the valley by the Stug 3G. And unfortunately, the Matilda Black Prince on the enemy team just killed our Stug as well. So it's 3 versus 5 now. And he's killed the M4A1. That's his 5th kill. He's only 1 away from getting a Top Gun now. Now there's the Matilda Black Prince. He's low on health. He's almost loaded. If that Matilda stays where he is, he can shoot around right into his rear and get another kill. And he got him! That's the Top Gun. Nicely done. So it's 3 versus 3 thanks to Darknamja. But unfortunately we only have the Su-85 and our teammate in the Gorilla, and he hasn't got a single kill yet, so he might be inexperienced. Doesn't necessarily follow that an Arty who doesn't have any kills isn't experienced. He might have just been having some very bad luck. But the enemy still has that Death Toaster and the Stug 3G. Now I would be suggesting to the Gorilla, oh, now there's the Stug 3G. He's crossed the valley and he's full health, and the Stug is an experienced player because he just got that shell near the Stug and we've just given him a big hit, so the Gorilla's picked up some stun assist. Now, if that Su-85 can keep that Stug there, Darknamja can kill him. He's in a very susceptible position there. Oh, but he's just killed our Su-85. Lining him up for the shot. Oh, and he pulls back just in time to avoid the shell. Oh, it's now 2 Arty versus 2 tank destroyers and an Arty, and that's going to make this very difficult. The enemy Arty is a bishop. It's a short range Arty, so he's not really likely to be dangerous to us unless he's got close. And my guess is that if that bishop is involved, he's probably going around the north end of the map and approaching our cap from that direction, because he wouldn't want to cross the valley because he's so slow. He's based on a Valentine hull. He's very, very slow, walking pace. It is a walking tank, the bishop, or the Valentine really. So he'd take the easy route, which is the flat route. That would mean going up north, coming along the north route, and then coming in towards the cap. But we can't see the Stug whilst we're here, and neither can the Gorilla, because he's actually pulled back from those bushes. So the best thing we can do at the moment is move up to the bushes, spot through them to see where the enemy is, and then as soon as he's been located, pull back and allow the Gorilla or ourselves to get a shot at him. But sitting here is just asking for the enemy to come to meet us. I think the first thing we know that they're nearby is, well, get the proxy spot. But this is not the right thing to do. You really should go up close to the bushes to spot through them, see where the enemy is and what they're doing. You might still be able to kill them, but you can't kill them if you wait for them to come to you like this, because they're going to appear very suddenly and you probably won't get enough warning to do enough about it. Especially if that Arty is close, because if that bishop's close, he will get very accurate shots on you before you can do anything. Well, it does sound like he's close, because that sounded like an Arty round coming in from the bishop. So I had the sneaking suspicion that he is very, very close now. Possibly somewhere around about A5 or A6. And somebody's capping. And my guess that's one of the tank destroyers. The Gorilla's going to go and have a look. Darknamja's now going to have a look. He's going to have to sneak up on this bush, because otherwise he might get spotted. That's it. Put the bush between you and the cap. And there he is. Oh, it is the bishop. Yep. And he's just killed the Gorilla. So Darknamja's trying to aim in on the bishop. And he's lost sight of the bishop temporarily. That's it. Use the bush mechanic. You can see him now. But I think the bishop can probably see him if he shoots. He's also aimed on and missed him. And unfortunately that probably means that the Stug is going to drive over here and try and kill him. And the bishop's firing. He can get accurate shots in this direction, you see. Okay, we've auto-aimed on, dialing in, and we put a big hit on the bishop. That's a good shot, but unfortunately it's too late because they got the reset. They got the capture. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it was an ace tanker for Darknamja in the M41 HMC, but he got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 19 in that one. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that battle, and he got a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills, but unfortunately he lost the game because those 2 enemies were able to cap out before he can get that last shot in, and I suppose it was just a consolation hit on that bishop to get 267 hit points off him right at the end. It's a pity, because if it'd been a split second sooner and they managed to get enough resets, well, maybe he might have ended up with a defender medal. But as it is, I'm afraid it was a loss. Let's have a look at the team scores. There you go, top of the table, 1,477 hit points of damage in that game. More than the bishop, who got 1,126. So it looks like he was pretty influential during that game, because he was doing a lot of damage. And the next high score after that was their enemy Fifi, the 105 FH18B2. He got 928 hit points of damage, so taking him out was a good score for Darknamja. When it came to kills though, Darknamja won that one. He got 6 kills. The Stug Ausführung 3 G managed to get 4, and the Fifi managed to get 3 along with the VK3001H on our team. And when it came to base XP, it was the Stug who got the highest amount, 715 to him. Then came Darknamja with 611, so it's better than all the rest of the enemy team. And the next high score after that was their bathtub, 553. That was one of the tanks taken out by Darknamja. So let's have a look at detail. He fired 17 shots, got 5 direct hits and 1 penetration, splash damage on 13. Damage of 1,477 hit points, of which 1,210 were up more than 300 meters. The difference is that Bishop was at fairly close range. Damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 6 of them, and did 162 hit points of stun assist off 7 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 19,602 credits, and he got the Achievements Awards. That's for getting an epic medal in a losing game or a draw game. 3,509 credits from that, so his total 34,667. And after ammunition resupply, and the ammo is fairly cheap, he actually took away 26,082 credits. He received 611 XP, got 373 from the Achievements Award, took away 1,476 experience points altogether. So, yep. It's a fairly good display by Darknamja, but I'd say really it might have been easier for him if he'd actually been spotting through that bush a little sooner, because that might have given him the opportunity to get some shots on those enemy tanks before they went into the cap. And then once they were in the cap, he could have then got some better shots in to reset them whilst they were still capping, and possibly then get some kills on them as well. But he did put up a good defense, and he was alive at the end of the game, and that's saying something. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you get alerted when a new video goes up. And we do put plenty up because we get lots of requests from World of Tanks players. They do like to see their video, even though they have to endure that stupid commentary by me. Yes, I know, I'm not that great. I'm not a Jingles, I'm not a Quickie Baby, but people are sending us replays because they like to see their video. So, thanks for watching.